If you watched my last video, you already know what just happened. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas, I'm the Power Pundit, and about 12 hours ago, I posted a video explaining that every single Trump deadline on Iran follows the same pattern. He threatens, he extends, and every time he extends, Iran gives a little more. I told you the deadlines are working. I told you to watch for the next concession. And tonight, Donald Trump just posted on Truth Social that he's suspending all bombing and attacks on Iran for 2 weeks. A double-sided ceasefire. Because, and these are his words, the United States has already met and exceeded all military objectives. Let me say that again. All military objectives met and exceeded. Now, the media is going to tell you, Trump blinked, tackle Trump. They're going to say Iran forced him to back down. They're going to say the deadline was a bluff and the ceasefire proves it. They are wrong, and I want to show you why. Look at what Trump put in that post. He did not just announce a ceasefire. He announced conditions. Iran must agree to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz. Not partial, not selective, not a toll booth. No, complete and immediate. That is a closing offer. And look at who brokered this. Pakistan, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir personally asked Trump to hold off on the next wave of strikes. Pakistan, a country that shares a border with Iran, a country with its own nuclear arsenal, went to Washington and said, "Give us 2 weeks, we can close this." So when a neighboring country is begging you to stop because they believe the deal is almost done, that tells you everything about who has the leverage in this negotiation. Now remember the pattern I showed you in the last video. 5 weeks ago, Iran shut down the entire Strait of Hormuz. That was their biggest card, their leverage. And Trump started the deadlines, and with every extension, Iran opened the strait a little more. Chinese ships got through, Indian ships go through, French, Japanese, Omani, one by one. And now, Iran sent a 10-point proposal, and Trump called it a workable basis on which to negotiate. He said almost all points of contention have been agreed to, almost all of them. So, again, this is not bluffing. This is what winning looks like when you're negotiating with a regime that has no navy, no supreme leader, and no military infrastructure left to fight with. So I told you in my last video, Trump is not bluffing. Trump is grinding. And the ceasefire tonight is not the end of the grind. It is the final turn of the wrench. Because think about what Iran has left. The regime lost its navy. The regime lost its missile production. The regime lost its supreme leader. The nuclear sites took damage. And the only card Iran had left, the Strait of Hormuz, is now on the table as a condition for the ceasefire to hold. If Iran opens that strait, they have nothing left to bargain with. And Trump knows that. That's why he agreed to 2 weeks. Not because he is weak, because 2 weeks is all he needs to lock this in. And here's the part that matters the most for you, my American friends, watching this. The White House released a partial list of the crimes committed against Americans by the Iranian regime that go all the way back to 1979, when Iranian students, backed by the regime, seized the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, taking 66 Americans hostage in a 444-day standoff. In October 1983, Iran-backed Hezbollah terrorists killed 241 U.S. military personnel, including 220 U.S. Marines and 21 other service personnel in a truck bombing at a marine compound in Beirut. In June 1996, Iran-backed Hezbollah al-Hijaz terrorists killed 19 U.S. airmen and wounded nearly 500 others in a truck bombing at a U.S. Air Force housing complex in Saudi Arabia. And between 2003 and 2011, Iran-backed militias killed at least 603 U.S. troops in Iraq, roughly 1 in every 6 American combat fatalities in Iraq. The list is too long to read it here, but what matters is that Trump is not doing this for headlines. Trump is doing this because peace and open shipping lanes are good for business, and Donald Trump is a businessman. I said it in my last video, and I will say that again tonight. The deadlines are working. You just have to know what working looks like. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit. Much love and bliss.